Hey, Crypto Growth fam, how's it going? This is your host Shazib signing in. We're back with another video, guys. In this video, we will be discussing Hedera and Ripple, the Black Swan event. It's going to be an interesting one, guys, so make sure to watch till the end. And folks, for those of you who are new to the channel, we primarily discuss utility coins and potential gems. If you're interested in any of that stuff, then subscribe the channel and hit the notification icon for regular videos. And you can also support the channel by becoming a Patreon, so do check that out as well, only if you're interested. And folks, you can also check out the official Crypto Growth partners for the exchange. We've got MEXC. You can follow the link in the description box below for rebates, discounts, offers, benefits, and lowest fees. So do check it out. And as far as the wallet is concerned, you can check out Decent. They've got their remarkable products, their biometric wallet, which has got an astonishing $30 off. And you can also check out their biometric wallet 2x package, guys, which has got a phenomenal $99 off only if you follow the link in the description box below. Decent supports 3000 plus of your favorite coins and tokens, and it supports 50 plus blockchain mainnets, including Ripple and Hedera. Anyways, let's see what's happening with both of them in real time. Any new information, any new post that we can wrap our heads around in official handles and from the community. So let's check out what the XRP community is saying at the moment, because at the moment, to be honest, XRP is having the time of its life. It went past $3 easily, and now the triangle is squeezing as well. There is momentum in the air. And meanwhile, there is an ongoing debate between XRP versus BTC. You might have seen it. So you might have seen this debate, these arguments taking place on X and elsewhere. So anyways, this is John Squire, who says that while others talk about transactions, XRP delivers them in seconds. Low fees, high speed, and global scalability. This is the future of payments. Look at this. 3 seconds over here. Kaboom. Ripple CTO ends speculations about XRP centralization, according to a post from Brett. We've oftentimes heard about the centralization of XRP, or how XRP is centralized. So this one seems interesting. Let's find out how XRP is not centralized, basically. So let's see. Part 6, is XRP centralized? Let me increase the volume. There has been times when I forget to increase the volume, and all of a sudden I remember it and I have to remake the video. So let's not make a mistake. Let me play this for you folks.
So the concern with centralization is whether there's one party that gets to determine what the rules are, that calls the shots, that can stop the system, that controls it, that can change the systems in ways that harm its users. The software is all open. Anyone can run a server, anyone can run a validator, and they do. Exchanges are stakeholders. People who hold XRP and run a server to process their own transactions, they're all stakeholders in the system. And if Ripple were to disappear, nothing would prevent them from continuing to operate the system exactly the way it operates today. A lot of people are concerned that Ripple might be able to create more XRP, but the protocol doesn't have any way to say, hey, I got a whole bunch of XRP, just don't ask me where it came from. The transaction rules are deterministic, the software is open source, there is no way to create XRP. Ripple currently holds about 60 billion XRP, that's 60% of all the XRP that will ever exist. 55 billion XRP have been locked in escrow to release over 55 months, a billion a month, and Ripple's done that to provide some level of supply predictability to ensure that we'll be holding our XRP over a period of time. Any XRP that we don't use in a month, just because a billion XRP releases every month doesn't mean that we'll use it, or what we don't use at the end of each month will be returned to an escrow, adding a new month. And because those escrows are public on the ledger, that will also provide an additional level of transparency as people see how much XRP is returned to escrow each month. So as I've said publicly, one of my top priorities for 2018 is improving the decentralization of the XRP ledger. Through 2018, we'll be adding additional validators, and you'll look to see landmarks where the network will be increasingly independent of Ripple's operations.
Interesting one, folks. Interesting one. Let me see the comments as well, what the people have to say about this one. I love it, but why do none of these geniuses actually come up with a way for people to manage their lives and all things going on it that are transactional that can be tracked? I'm not a genius, although I do not know what this is all about or if this is actually relevant. Anyways, Bitcoin maxis are trying to go head to head with this genius who created the infrastructure. They don't stand a chance. For anyone wondering, this video is at least 8+ years old. So yeah. Okay, what else do we have? Why did we come up to BTC over here? So yeah. And that was 7 years ago. Imagine what he's done since then. Boom, he stated this years ago, folks. So yeah, you can see that Ripple has always been much ahead of its time. What it is focusing on, the utility and the real world use cases uh, and just a moment, yeah, and how to take this industry forward. They have planned it for years, folks. Crypto Sensei over here says Trump XRP deal sealed. $10 trillion market cap inflow possible. You can watch this video yourselves, folks, 16 minutes long. So if you're interested, this one seems interesting. Crypto Bitlord says that I'm convinced that XRP will experience a vertical style black swan. The price will go straight upwards with no warning. Although it is debatable, a lot of people say that XRP is going to be progressing step by step. Meanwhile, there are others who say that no, it's going to be having a black swan event, and it will come out of nowhere. It will surprise everyone. It will go so high nobody could have ever predicted it. All shorts will cease to exist from that day. The world will change, and BTC will be flipped. Let's see how it goes. Although the entire market at the moment for years has relied on BTC, the grandfather, but we've seen recently this decoupling happening and a lot of different projects gaining their own community, their own investors, and their own institutions that are interested in them. And when it comes to the utility projects, they aim to basically provide utility, real world utility, and change the financial game forever, basically. Okay, XRP 0% tax, BTC 30% tax approved. You do the math. It depends on who you talk to. We've got some technicals over here as well. XRP preparing for another beast mode of rally. Despite the attacks, this is going to pull another hated rally again. Okay. We cover both sides of the coin about we cover both sides of the projects, folks. So look at this. Like if you want XRP to go to zero, let's bankrupt them. Vivek over here says. Pierre Rochard over here. The biggest obstacle for the strategic Bitcoin reserve is not the Fed, Treasury, banks, or Elizabeth Warren. It is Ripple. They are aggressively lobbying against the SPR by throwing around millions at politicians desperately trying to derail it. They did the same to attack Bitcoin mining under the Biden administration. Obviously, they want to protect their marketing narratives and push for CBDCs built on their platform. So, we cover both sides of the coin. What do you guys think about it? Cry harder. What's the number one reasons why Bitcoiners are scared of XRP? Competition for market share, number one, basically. So the reply is that they're scared, but to each their own. Eventually, all scams are unraveled and undone, and no amount of government bribery and bot farming will save them. You maxis act like the oldest child that is no longer the only child. You want to remain the center of attention, but you have to share the spotlight. The majority of coins out there have more utility, faster, and cheaper than BTC. So this is against this post is about how XRP is trying to derail BTC. Meanwhile, the comments are saying that BTC is no longer the only child. Anyways, let's see what's happening with Hedera as well in real time. I saw this post over here in their official handle. Financial institutions are increasingly adopting tokenization as they navigate a shifting regulatory environment. Ramai Blair spoke with Gregory L. Bell, Chief Business Officer of the Hbar Foundation. What he does is he provides insights. Let me pause this first. Okay. Yeah. What he provides is the insights into this trend, highlighting the opportunities and challenges shaping the future of finance, crypto, and tokenization. Let's hear from Greg Bell, the Chief Business Officer of the Hbar Foundation, folks.
Companies and financial groups are increasingly using tokenization to improve trading speed as
Financial firms increasingly utilizing tokenization to improve trading speed and simplicity. Tokenization also being employed to improve processes surrounding bonds, deposits, and securities. Look at this, folks. Financial institutions are eyeing tokenization amid changing regulatory environment. When it comes to regulations, when it comes to compliance, a lot of governments, a lot of stakeholders are now becoming digital asset friendly all over the globe, folks. We saw this trend in Africa, then we saw this trend in Middle East as well, and then in Asia, and finally now we're seeing this trend shift in USA as well, which we were waiting for. So this is awesome in my opinion.
well as simplicity. Moreover, banks and financial institutions utilizing tokenization to improve processes surrounding bonds, deposit, as well as securities. And BlackRock CEO Larry Fink is a strong advocate for tokenization, believing in its ability to democratize finance and be a transformative technology for investment assets. And with an anticipated favorable regulatory landscape for fintech trends now in place in DC, banks are becoming more confident in innovating through asset tokenizations this year. Joining me to break down tokenization at financial institutions is Greg Bell, CFO at Hbar Foundation. Greg, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Well, first and foremost, as a new year kicks off, this is the time when there are a lot of outlooks for many spaces within the financial sector. But when it comes to tokenization, give us an understanding of what you expect to see from the traditional financial institutions here.
Well, you know, the blockchain industry really is just evolving at an extremely rapid pace right now. And Hedera, powered by its cryptocurrency, Hbar, really is at the center of this technology revolution. And I really say technology because it's not just a Bitcoin story. It is AI, it is capital formation, it's tokenization. And so when we look at at Hedera specifically, it's low cost, it's high speed, unmatched speed, and capital efficiency in terms of the energy use really has it set apart. And that's why we're seeing the adoption from large institutions like IBM, Google, Dell, WorldPay, and many others. Turning to the markets, I would say that we've seen a really great start of the year, heading into this period ahead of into the inauguration of Trump. Bitcoin has appreciated 15%, about Hbar about 25%, and really that's been a validation, I think, of the narrative and the adoption of tokenization and the adoption of these capital formation components. Now, when I see the overall industry, really what I look for is the components that relate to tokenization. We're seeing large banks that are involving and engaging with this industry for the first time. Comments from Bank of America CEO, BlackRock, and others. You're seeing capital formation, Trump token as an example, more users coming into the market, and then the validation of this industry through ETF applications, similar to the Hbar ETF that was filed earlier this year. And so it's a very exciting time for the industry.
And we know that when we talk about technology is what powers this, but at the same time, when we're thinking about heavily regulated industries like financial services or even healthcare, the adoption, the application of technology and innovation does take time, hence legislation. So tell me what your expectations are for the regulatory landscape as we head into this year and beyond.
Well, it's become very favorable, or the expectations are for it to be very favorable for U.S.-specific blockchains. There's been a lot of talk of strategic crypto reserves. That is both on the federal and state level. We're seeing that play out within corporations. We're seeing that internationally. Now, whether that will be Bitcoin specific or include premier blue chip assets like Hbar is to be seen. But there certainly is a lot of excitement around that component of the space.
And I do have to ask you about meme coin. So earlier today on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, there was a dog that is the face of one of the meme coins, not the famous one, but another meme coin. So given the focus of altcoins and meme coins, what does all of this mean, not just for the industry itself, but also for both institutional as well as retail investors?
Well, I think it's one of these narratives. Meme coins certainly are driving the awareness and the onboarding. I would say one of the other awareness drivers is really around the convergence of AI and Internet of Things. You see companies like Prove AI and Equity Labs that are working to address questions around how we trust AI systems, agents. As the governments get more involved in the space, becomes regulated, what we're going to see is the importance of tamper-proof evidence of how AIs are being, modeled and fed their information. Now, companies like NVIDIA, Intel, they are working and partnering with, empowering some of the largest AI platforms, whether that's OpenAI's ChatGPT or Google AI, and they partnered with companies like Equity Labs to embed directly on their chip level Hedera-based solutions to be able to track and validate every operation that occurs on these chips. So here we have an example of, on the most foundational level, blockchain being used as critical infrastructure, Hedera here, as the base layer for AI addressing trust.
And of course, last but not least, since you mentioned AI, how do you see this intersection of crypto and AI developing, not just stateside, but worldwide, and what are the implications on crypto?
Well, the implications really are massive. This is a catalyst for this industry. It's institutional. It is core infrastructure, right? And I think we're similarly seeing that in the space and blockchain arena. We've got recently, over the last weeks, SpaceX launched a rocket that was carrying WiseKey satellites. So WiseKey is a NASDAQ-listed company that really is focused on secure communications, and they're deploying a Hedera solution to be able to provide evidence that information hasn't been tampered with in transactions.
Okay, Greg, well, thank you so much for joining me as we kick off 2025. I look forward to continuing the conversation with you soon.
Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you.
Folks, you heard from Greg Bell, and projects like Hedera and Ripple, they're taking the world of finance with vigor, with enthusiasm. They're taking it on. And folks, what do you guys think about both of them? Do you think that they will increase in capability, use case, like a Black Swan event, or would it take step by step for it to reach different heights? I would really like your opinion. So is it going to be a Black Swan event or Step Swan, basically? What do you guys think? I would really like your opinions. Anyways, folks, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by becoming a Patreon, so do check that out. Like I always say in the end, until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.